Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome to another video. And hello from France, from Alpe. I'm hiking here and I wanted to film this video with this beautiful view so you can enjoy the view in the next 5 to 10 minutes. Today, in this video, I will be talking about how to know when a relationship is over. So when is a relationship over? Before I start, my name is Dragana Spika and I'm a rapid transformational therapist and hypnotherapist. So, how to know when a relationship is over? The first thing I would like to say is, if you are asking yourself this question, it's already an indicator that something is not right, something is not feeling right in this relationship for you. Basically, if you have two people who are in love, they enjoy their relationship, they communicate well, they're having fun, they respect each other, they love each other, they don't stop when they say and ask themselves, oh, when is this relationship over? They don't. So if you're asking yourself this question, it's already indicating that there are certain things about this relationship that are just not feeling right for you. Okay, so the next thing I would like to highlight is that this is your decision. Whether you stay or get out of this relationship, it should be your decision. It is fine to talk to other people, and often we have people giving us advice what to do, and they mean well. In most cases they mean well, but it should be your decision. You should do what feels right for you. Now, it is okay to talk to people, and I would encourage you actually to talk to people who love you unconditionally, whether that's your family or your close friend, someone who loves you unconditionally and who always has your best interest at their heart. It's really good to talk to those people and basically share your doubts, because they can give you another perspective that you are not really thinking of, or you it never crossed your mind, or it was maybe on the back of your mind but you were doubting it. So for that reason, it's really good to talk to people who love you unconditionally, because they give you a new perspective on the whole thing, on the whole story, on the whole relationship, or on your doubts actually that you're having about this relationship. But it should not be their decision. They can tell you, they can share their opinion, help you brainstorm. And it's actually really good to talk to someone, whether that's someone you love and trust or a therapist. It's really good to talk to someone, because you're having this constant vicious circle of thoughts that is exhausting. And if you keep having doubts and you are not able to find the answer to these questions by yourself, that means you need some external input, whether that's a book that you're going to read, a podcast that you're going to listen to, a video, a seminar that you're going to go to, or a therapist that you're going to go to, or just a person that you trust, a person that, as I said, loves you unconditionally. So it's really good to, instead of staying by yourself with this like vicious circle of exhausting thoughts, it's actually good to have someone help you get a new perspective on things. However, as I said, it should not be their decision. It shouldn't be your therapist's decision, or your neighbor Mary who will tell you what to do, or your cousin Dorothy, or your aunt Annabelle, who's telling you what to do. It should be your decision. It's not your mother, your father, or your brother, or your cousins who should tell you what to do, because this is your life, and it is you, only you, who is going to basically live through the consequences of this decision. Whether you decide to stay or leave, it is only you who is going to live through the consequences of that decision. So it should be your decision. Now, the next thing I would say is, if you feel that certain things are not feeling right in your relationship, whatever that is, you should have an open conversation with your partner. It is impossible to have a relationship where you never have obstacles, where you never have discussions, disagreements, tricky situations coming up. That is impossible. So do not think that, we constantly have things we need to discuss and this relationship is not working. No, that is a normal relationship. You just need to communicate, because we are all different. Two people completely or to some extent different, and who are thinking in a different way, maybe who had maybe different upbringing, different education. They come together and they just need to talk through things. So you need to talk things over. You should be able to sit with your partner and honestly share without accusing, attacking, blaming, and so on. Just honestly and calmly communicate how you feel. And what is it that makes you feel bad about this relationship, that makes you feel maybe not respected, or maybe not acknowledged, or not an equal in this relationship, or whatever that is. Just communicate openly. And it is a very good thing that you can start with, and there's a really nice book called How to Stay Sane, that gives at the end of this book there's very good advice on actually how to communicate when there are tricky situations and difficult discussions to have with your partner. So this book is basically recommending you to start with positive things, to say to your partner, listen, I appreciate you. I know you're doing, of course, you know what your partner is doing well in this relationship. So you mention those things that they're doing well. And then you say, however, I feel overwhelmed or not acknowledged, or whatever that is. And then you share what the area that is making you feel doubt this relationship, to the extent that you're wondering whether it's time to leave. So you share this with your partner, and the aim is not to tell them, I'm thinking of leaving, and blackmailing. The aim is to actually sit with them openly, just open your heart, and try together as a couple, as partners, to find a solution. So to find a solution for the area that is not functioning in your relationship, where your partner could do something, you could do something, you can meet in the middle and make these things work. Whether you need to go to couples therapy, or maybe separately, two of you need to go for therapy, because there are people also who are not used to communicating openly as well. So communicating their feelings is also not easy, and they're not even used to acknowledging other people's feelings, because it feels weird. They've never done that. So there are people who throughout their childhood, they've never learned how to communicate. So, and you can change this, or your partner can change this. You can, as I said, either read books, do it yourself, or go for therapy. So there are multiple solutions that you can opt for together to work on these things that are not feeling right for you at the moment. So the area of a relationship, or segments of a relationship that are not feeling right for you. So if this person, I had a client, so basically my point is, if your partner is open to having a conversation, working on it, that is brilliant, do it. And if your partner is completely shutting you down, I had a client who said, I was tired and overwhelmed because I was responsible for children and for taking care of the house, and I was working as well, and my husband would just come home and, chill the whole evening and weekends and not do anything. And after, of course, a number of years, I felt tired and overwhelmed, and I started being really sad and depressed. And whenever I tried to tell him that I feel sad and overwhelmed because I'm so tired with everything, he would just dismiss everything, and he would tell me, oh, you're getting your depression again, you should see a doctor. So he would completely cut her off. So he would not even consider having any type of discussion or acknowledging what she's trying to say. So if in front of you, you have a partner like this, where you're trying to communicate and trying to suggest that you should work together and work on those things that don't work well in your relationship, and they're completely dismissive, I'm afraid there's nothing you can do. So you can either choose to stay in this relationship and know that things will stay exactly this way. So don't deceive yourself that, all of a sudden they will have an epiphany and change. They will not. Unless, of course, something drastic happens in their life. But let's just take a normal scenario where you just continue living the way you live. Nothing will really change. Or you say, I don't want to live like this. So the question to ask yourself is, if your partner is not ready to communicate and to work on these things that don't feel right for you in your relationship, you should ask yourself this question: am I happy to live exactly like this for the next 50 years? If the answer is yes, then you can stay with this person in this relationship. If the answer is no, then you have your answer to the question, is this relationship over? I will put a little disclaimer at the end of this video. If you are in a relationship where a person is physically, so your partner is physically abusing you, whatever I've said before does not apply. You should just run as fast as you can. And I know it's easier said than done, but deep down inside that you should run as fast as you can. And if you're in a relationship with a narcissist or a manipulator, so these are people who are always right. They will never listen to what you have to say. They're putting you down, and they're always right, you're always wrong. There's no communication with these people. And again, I know it's easier said than done, but you should run as fast as you can. So whatever I was saying before does not apply to these three scenarios. When you're in a relationship with someone who's physically or mentally abusing you, if you're in a relationship with a narcissist or a manipulator. In these three cases, you should just run as fast as you can. Get help and run. Because you deserve better. You know deep down inside that you deserve better. And this is a separate topic, but I just wanted to put a little disclaimer at the end of this video. So I hope this video was helpful, and I hope you have enjoyed this beautiful view behind. Hope you're doing well and have a wonderful and a magical day. Sending you a lot of kisses. Bye.